Hey guys, this is BrendanMushi, and today I'm going to be talking about how I learn fighting game characters quickly in any fighting game. So if you also have any tips for new or intermediate players on how you personally learn fighting game characters, leave them in the comments down below, since apparently you think you're so damn smart. Nah, I'm just playing. But anyway, I've got King of Fighters 13 here, and you're probably wondering, why is Brendan playing King of Fighters 13? This isn't Guilty Gear, this isn't Melty Blood. So you guys are probably like, what is this? Why is this on the screen right now? What is this boomer ass game that Brendan is playing? I'll explain myself in a second, but this game is godlike, so hush. Figured since I was making a video about learning fighting game characters quickly, I might as well pick a fighting game that I haven't really played that much. So KOF is a game that I haven't played that much, so I figured I might as well pick it and then learn a character from scratch using the techniques, strategies, whatever the hell you want to call it, that I'm talking about, so that way you can kind of see exactly what I mean. Real quick though, off topic, KOF lets you customize your character colors, so bonus points to anybody that can guess what character I customized Shen to look like. I made him look specifically like one of my favorite anime characters, so if you can guess what anime character he's supposed to be, I will heart your comment. So the first rule of picking a character in a fighting game is to actually pick the character. And it doesn't matter where they place on a tier list or how good they are or anything like that. If you think they look cool or you think they might suit your playstyle, then just pick them. It may take some soul searching before you actually find the character that suits you. So if you have to try out a couple of different characters, that's fine, it's completely normal. So not to once again state the obvious, but once you have your character, you'll want to go through all their moves first, including all of their normal attacks as well. You want to get to a point where there isn't a single normal attack or special move the character has that you can't recognize the input for or what it does and all that other good shit. So you want to make sure you go through everything. And in most 2D fighting games, this really isn't that much. And the reason why this is so important is because a crucial piece to learning characters in fighting games is to watch pro players or players better than yourself use the character. So how are you going to learn by watching someone else? You don't even know what the hell their moves do. So I got some dope ass tips and tricks throughout this video on how I learn characters quickly. The first one is actually using the playback and record function. Pretty much every fighting game has the ability to record and play back the dummy's actions. Most of the time this can be found by pausing the game and going underneath button configuration. Once there, you can usually assign 2 empty buttons, meaning 2 buttons that aren't assigned to attacks that you don't actually use. So right here, and you can assign one of them to record and the other to playback. Once this has been set up, you can press the record button and you'll see I have the dummy moving around. It says recording in the upper left. And then once you're done, in most games, you just press the record button again and that'll save it. In this game, I have to actually like reset the screen, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna look real stupid if I don't have to do that, but I'm pretty sure I do. So when you hit the playback button, the dummy will play back exactly what you did. So say you have a move that upon first looking at it, you're like, well, what the fuck does that even do? What I like to do is I like to use the record function to quickly put the opponent in a certain state that doesn't require me to pause the game and tell the dummy what to do. So for example, let's say I have an attack that only works on people that are airborne. Well, instead of pausing the game, going to CPU action, setting the CPU to jump, well, what I like to do instead of that, you just record it, boom. So that way you're not constantly having to pause and go, where is this option at? You just record the dummy doing whatever state you want to use and then play it back and then test out your attacks on the dummy. So I'm going to go through my moves really quickly with Shen. Obviously this isn't a Shen guide or a KOF video, so I'm not going to subject you to a fucking long period of time of me learning his moves, but this is important for you learning how I would learn a character quickly. So during the process of checking out your normals and specials, there are key things you want to be looking for. Number one are your go-to pokes. So pokes are moves that have good horizontal space control that basically incentivize opponents to maybe attempt to jump over them so that you can anti-air them, which is the next thing you want to look out for. Or they also can be things you can just throw out in hopes of scoring a hit yourself. So the second thing you want to look for is anti-airs. So again, pokes and anti-airs are the first 2 things you want to look for. Anti-airs are attacks that aim towards the sky so that if somebody approaches you from the air, you can knock them out of the air in order to incentivize them to stay on the ground. The third thing you want to look for is what mix-up options do you have? And so mix-up options are essentially things that beat your opponent just sitting there and blocking. So in fighting games, if the opponent is blocking, you can throw them, which is unblockable. You can hit them with overheads, which need to be blocked by a standing guard by holding back. You can hit them with low attacks, which need to be blocked with a crouching guard by blocking low. So mixing in throws, overheads, and lows can confuse the opponent and open up their guard. So every time that the opponent is guarding against your attacks or they're getting up off the ground on wake up, you want to be going for mix-ups. So while you're going through the move list, you're looking for pokes, you know, things with horizontal range that you can use in neutral, anti-airs, so if people jump at you, you can anti-air them, and then your mix-up options. So once you get close to the opponent and they're blocking your attacks, you want to think, what mix-up options do I have in order to open up their guard? These are the three main things that you're going to be looking for, and also another key mix-up option that you have is also cross-ups. So cross-ups are when you switch sides with the opponent to the other side. You have to block in fighting games by holding back. So if you switch sides with the opponent to the other side, they are now holding forward, which is the wrong direction. So they have to switch their guard the other way quickly or else they get hit. So that's what's referred to as a cross-up. So you're looking for these types of things throughout your move list that you can use in order to open up the opponent's guard. So as I go through Shen's move list, I noticed that he seems to be more of like a rushdown focused fighter. I mean, look at him. Dude literally looks like he wants to smoke. Like you can pretty much tell that this dude is a rushdown fighter just by looking at him. He's definitely more of an in-fighter, up close and personal type of fighter. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go through his normal attacks. So you have pretty standard jab, okay. Okay, we boxing out here. Jumping jab, so a pretty standard jab. I'm sure that'd be my fastest button to jab out of pressure with or something like that. Crouching kick, this looks like a low. Also has a command normal with forward light kick. So forward light kick, he does a command normal. So that's a pretty good poke, even though it's pretty slow, but looks like that's a poke I could throw out, and this one's actually cancelable. So that's one too. Standing kick, so nothing really too crazy, just throwing out kicks and punches. This is his heavy kick, his light kick, crouching light kick. Okay, his crouching heavy kick is a sweep. Jumping heavy punch, that looks like it'd be good for jumping in on people because it aims downward. So while you're going through the moves, you kind of want to like theorize, like what would the move be used for? And you're gonna have different theories than I would because, you know, maybe you have a different brain than I do, or maybe you're at a different level than me, whether that's a higher level, lower level, whatever, I'm just saying. But the point is that you want to be theorizing what all these moves are actually supposed to be used for. And then later, when we get to a later step where we watch high level play, we can see how many of these theories were correct and get used by top level players. And so if I look at his moves, okay, so I've got quarter circle back does this. I can chain quarter circle back into quarter circle forward punch like a Rekka series. So this is going to be used, looks like, just for combos. I've got quarter circle forward punch. I also have quarter circle forward kick. I have half circle back then forward punch. Well, that's an annoying input. And half circle back punch. So hopefully I can remember most of these. So quarter circle forward kick was one. Okay, that one might be an anti-air. So remember I said look for anti-airs. Also his crouch heavy punch, that definitely looks like an anti-air. So I've got these for anti-airs, so that's good. His standing heavy kick seems to be a pretty good poke for poking out at people. So if I'm playing neutral with somebody, I can throw out a poke. Oh, you tried to jump over this poke, I can crouch heavy, or maybe I can quarter circle forward kick them. I have a quarter circle back punch. I don't know if that's an overhead. It kind of looks like one because he hits like over the top of your head. So I'm gonna record the dummy. So I'm blocking low right now. I'm gonna save it and have them block low. Yep, looks like that's an overhead. So now I've got a mix-up option. So I've got a poke, I've got an anti-air, I've got an overhead. So if my opponent's blocking, I can try and mix them up with overheads. I've got quarter circle forward punch. Okay, so this seems more like it's in the poke category because it reaches, you know, horizontal space. So maybe can I cancel this into... Okay, so I can't cancel that. Can I cancel this? Nope. Okay, I can cancel that. So I can cancel sweeping this, so maybe that's like poke I can throw out. I have no fucking clue, but maybe I can throw out this as like a poke. Oh, and I can cancel the dash punch, so I can charge it, and if I press another button, if I press kick, it'll actually cancel the... That's cool. And by the way, that special move, that back tattoo, is definitely low-key giving away the anime character I designed him to be, hint hint. The half circle back then forward punch, okay, I have no idea what the fuck this does, but I mean, it looks like he's grabbing, so I'm gonna assume that's like a command grab, so I'm gonna have the dummy block again. And yep, it grabs them. So I have a command grab. So now I have an overhead as a mix-up, and I also have a command grab as well with this. So I've got a command grab mix-up option. Can run up, oh, get grabbed, oh, do an attack, overhead. So now I've got some mix-up options to mix up my opponent's guard. I can poke with maybe sweep into dash punch or something like that. I've got an anti-air with crouch heavy. So I feel like I could actually do something with this. I probably would fucking blow with this character, but I feel like I'm kind of getting somewhere. Like this is how I would pick up the character, right? Okay, and then if I look at my supers, I have double quarter circle forward punch. Okay, so it's just a super version of my punch. Looks like I'll just use that for combos. So I could do something like that. That was just a simple button into special into super. So nothing too crazy outside of what I would do in traditional fighting games. Another important thing you want to ask yourself too is, do you have a reversal? So reversals are wake-up attacks that you can use that when you're knocked down or you're being pressured by your opponent and they're trying to run their mix-up game on you, you can essentially input a reversal attack that's completely invulnerable, so it'll blow through their attack, but usually they're super punishable if they get blocked. You can test this by having the dummy do a knockdown and then have the dummy press an attack on your wake-up, and then you could see if you have any attacks that will allow you to wake up and do anything about it. Let me give myself some meter. So I've got an idea for what all his special moves and attacks look like, and I've kind of theorized in myself a game plan. So the next thing is actually combos. Most people think combos would be the first thing, but you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Combos are really cool, but the thing with combos is that they're just simply maximizing damage off of the hits that we looked at. The idea with combos is, off of all the things I did, anti-airs, pokes, mix-up options, you ideally want to see, can I get a combo off of these things? And then if you can get a combo, you want these combos to lead into Oki. Oki refers to when you knock down the opponent and you make them guess while they're getting up off the ground with, you know, the things I mentioned before, such as throws or overheads or lows with my crouching kick and my sweep, right? So making them guess when they're on their wake up. So when learning combos, if you're newer to fighting games, all you need is for the combo to lead into Oki. Even if it's shorter than what a higher level player would do, it doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that you are leading into Oki. So if you watch a combo video or a player better than you, you don't necessarily have to do exactly what they're doing. You can steal bits and pieces of their combo in order to string something along that maybe is a bit simpler, but still ends in the same result, because you want it to end in Oki so that way you can get more mix-ups. So for example, if I land this command grab, I want to run up and make them guess again. You know, you want your combos to end in a knockdown so that you can run up and then do more mix-ups and keep them guessing and basically make it so that they can't play. Right? So you want it to lead into that. So I'm not even doing combos, but I'm still fundamentally following the same principle. So if I was playing against somebody else that was new, I would just, okay, hold this mix up. That's an overhead, hold this mix up. Here's a low. You know, I fucked up because I don't know what to do. But ideally, that's what you want. You know, I need a combo off of my low. I need a combo off of my overhead. I need a combo off of my anti-airs, if I can do that. I need combos off my pokes, hopefully. I don't know how to do that, but you know, that's ideally what we're looking for, off the command grab. And if you can't get a combo, then just go for the Oki. If all you get is just simply one hit, that initial hit, that's fine. And if it forces you to return to neutral, maybe you don't get a combo or Oki, like this. If I just hit him with this move and do nothing, I don't get a combo or Oki. Okay, that's fine. If you can't get it, you can't get it. Maybe watching a better player will show you how you can, but initially we're talking about the theory stage. This is just us theorizing, messing around with the character, laying the foundation for which we'll build on top of using other people, because we're thieves. In fighting games, you're supposed to be a fucking thief. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to run up on their block, pull out the Glock, and just be like, bro, run me your shit. You know what I'm saying? You pull out the tech to steal the tech. You know what I'm saying? That's bars. And I ain't talking meter. God damn, see, bro, I'm way too cold for this. Can I get a combo off of my anti-air? Oh, that's actually pretty slow, so I have to be a lot faster. I mean, a lot more preemptive. Oh, it doesn't really go very far either, so let's try right here. I don't know what the fuck to do after that. In this game, it looks like you can't really get juggles off of anti-air normals. If I was playing a game like Guilty Gear or Melty Blood, then I'd be able to like jump cancel and do like another combo or something like that, or I'd, you know, cancel into a special move. It looks like I can't, so because I can't, I can just run in and go for Oki while they're recovering. So I can run in for my overhead, or I can run in, go for a grab, and then I have to guess again, overhead, you know, stuff like that. So once you're at this stage where I've done all my character's moves, I know what my character's moves look like, that you usually can understand the game system mechanics by just playing the tutorial mode. So I assume, you know, you play the tutorial mode. I know that in this game you can spend your meter for supers, and you can also enter, there's a mode, I think it's called max mode, where you go like this, and it allows you to, I believe, cancel like pretty much all your you can cancel specials into specials pretty much at any rate you want to. Obviously, I am not good at it because I don't play this game. So you can just keep repeating them over and over again. So those are special, those are things that you would learn in the tutorial. I have a general idea of what I can do. I could go and play someone else that's also new at the game and be fine. I would obviously get my shit pushed in if I played against anybody that knew what they were doing. But before actually playing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take everything I've learned with the character and I'm gonna watch someone else better than me play the character, and I'm going to just copy what they do or see what I can learn, see how much of what I theorize is actually correct about the character. And I went into this completely fucking blind, so I have no clue like what, if anything I said is even remotely close, but I'm just gonna assume it is because I've been playing fighting games for a long time and that's usually how it works. Like, yeah, some things are gonna be different and they're gonna do more things than I did, but I feel like generally most of what I tried to figure out is gonna be pretty accurate, and they'll allow me to fill the gaps in what I was doing and come up with combos and stuff like that. So let's take a look at that. There's that jump in I was talking about before that had good horizontal range. Oh, there's the, he did the punch cancel I was talking about. He used it in his block string. And there he was poking with that kick. He did the punch cancel. There's the overhead. So he hit him with the overhead. So he's jumping in with that punch a lot. So I'm now going to jump in with that punch. He did it like 3 times in a row. So I'm just gonna assume that's really good. So I guess I'm just gonna fucking do that. I don't know. Okay, so right here he does the forward kick and he goes into that punch and then cancels it just like I was talking about before and jumps in again. So that's a sequence I could literally copy. I can do that exact sequence to someone. Forward kick, go for the punch, cancel it, and then just jump in at them. I don't know if it's good or bad. This dude's in a tournament. Clearly he's doing something right. He knows more than me, so fuck it. I'm just gonna steal it until it doesn't work. So he does the forward kick again. He does that punch cancel into the jump again to like reset what he's doing. So that is a thing you can do, I guess. Oh, and then he caught him with the overhead, so that's the overhead attack. He got grabbed. What's the mix? Okay, yeah, so I was right. Yeah, that he went for the overhead right off the bat. That's exactly what I was talking about before. So that is a good thing I can do. Okay, goes for the low. All right, so starting your pressure. Oh, the super, nice. So starting your pressure with the crouching light kick as a low. Yep, and there's a sweep poke, which I said before that looked like a poke because of the horizontal range. So a lot of the things that I looked at in the training mode is a lot of what they're doing. Oh, okay, I can do that? Hold on. So I can do crouching light kick into forward light kick as a poke. Okay. Into so he did the quarter circle forward punch where you can charge it and canceled it, and then jump. That's the second person I've seen go for that, where you cancel forward light kick into the charge punch and then jump in. So I'm gonna start doing that because I've seen 2 people do that. I'm ignoring all of this because it's irrelevant to my character. Okay, that was the jump in crouching heavy. So he did the crouching heavy and anti-aired. Okay, so there's no combo, so I was right. He tried to jump in after it. So that was what he tried to do after landing that. So I tried to run up and do something. Maybe it's better to just jump in and try and do something. I don't know. Okay, he's getting away. Yo, people stay spamming that jump CD, bro. That shit must be OD because everyone fucking does it with this character. Bro, people stay doing the the quarter circle forward punch, the charged fist cancel. Bro, that's people stay doing that, and jump CD. It looks like is what they do. There it is. Yeah, I don't know how to use this mode. I just know you can cancel specials into other specials. But Jesus Christ, god damn. But yeah, I mean, if I wanted to learn that combo, I would just slow it down and see what each individual move is. So like if I wanted to learn something like that, what I would do is I would just break it up into pieces. So I would be like, okay, how did he start the combo? So he did close heavy punch into forward light kick, and then he entered max mode. So he pressed the max mode input, and then he did it again, close heavy punch into forward kick, and then he did the overhead punch into the follow-up, into the rising punch, into the... That's basically all my brain can process at one time, but I'm gonna give myself more meter, and I'm just gonna... He did close punch into forward light kick into max mode. And then he did it again into the overhead punch. So he did... Fuck. God damn it. Okay, that's a little bit tighter of a link than I expected. Okay, I have no idea what the fuck the rest of the shit he did after that was, but I just know he did this. Oh wait, I messed it up. Yes, okay, cool. So I can do that. I don't care about any of the rest of the shit he was doing. But I can do that. Okay, cool. And if I record the dummy to block, I can practice the other thing that I saw. So I can do this little cancel here. Whoops. Like that. That's kind of what they were doing. And I saw at one time they did the sweep into forward light. Yeah. That's tight. I like that. So in every game that I play, I like to call myself a character slut. I'm basically a hoe for the roster. I'm for the whole team. I play literally every character in every fighting game. And a lot of times people are like surprised by that. And it's just something I enjoy doing. I don't think that learning characters in a fighting game is really that hard. You can learn a fighting game character in a day. Are you gonna master the character? Are you gonna be really good with the character? No, but I think that this is good practice to do with the entire cast in every fighting game because it just gives you an idea of what the fuck the character is actually doing. And you have an appreciation for watching better players when they figure out stuff that you don't understand. They utilize things that you didn't really realize how they were supposed to be utilized at first. And that's how you learn, is just like stealing from better players, and then you keep watching, and this is just kind of the cycle that I go through, right? I go back to the lab and I practice what they taught me, and then at this point, this is the stage where I would finally go play someone online. I would go play someone and I would try out the stuff that I learned against a real thinking opponent, hopefully somebody on the same level as me. In most modern fighting games, they have a ranking system that will rank you against people of equal skill, and then after playing matches, doing what I've learned, I would then go back and watch other top players play my character, or I'd watch YouTube guide videos, whatever pieces of information I can find. One of the most useful places to find tech is actually Twitter. So in pretty much any modern fighting game, they usually have some type of a hashtag system. So for example, for Guilty Gear, you can type in hashtag GGST _ and then like the first 2 letters of your main. So for example, if I main Soul, I can type in hashtag GGST _ SO. And when you do that, it will actually come up with a bunch of tech that people have uploaded. Keep in mind that these are from specific people, so not necessarily everything is good tech. Anyone can upload anything they want. It's Twitter, but you can definitely learn new stuff just by scrolling through it. So say you wanted to learn something for DBFZ, you would type in hashtag DBFZ _ VGT, which is for Vegeta. And here you'll see a bunch of resources for Vegeta. And you can usually find these hashtags through a simple Google search. So I just Googled DBFZ hashtags. I had no fucking clue what Vegeta's hashtag was. The second thing I was going to let you guys know about is there are websites you can usually go to that give a lot of information on characters and how to play them. So for games like BlazBlue, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear, and Granblue Fantasy, you can use Dustloop. So it's dustloop.com/wiki. And if you go to the website, it has information. So like, let's say I go to the website and it shows you all the games that they have. And let's say I want to learn about Guilty Gear Strive. So I click on Guilty Gear Strive and they have all the list of characters here. So let's say I fucking hate myself and I'm a Gold Lewis main. You can go to Gold Lewis Dickinson and it gives you a bunch of information. Overview, pros and cons, even down to defense ratings, jump startup frames, and goes over his security level, startup damage. You can even see hitboxes, and you can do this for various different games. Another website that's great for it is Mizuumi, spelled Mizuumi. If you just type that into Google and type in Mizuumi Wiki, you'll find information for a bunch of various fighting games. So they have Samurai Showdown, they have Under Night In-Birth, they also have Melty Blood, and they also have Skullgirls as well. These websites are literally referred to as the Bible to a lot of us because that's essentially what it is to a fighting game player. So if we go here, oh, look at that, KOF 13. This website is called Dream Cancel, and this is the website that people use for King of Fighters. So we can go over here to Shen, since he is our main. It shows all his moves. Quick combo reference, so it actually shows combos depending on how much meter you have that you can do. Gameplay overview. Looking for a character that dishes out a lot of damage and is light on execution, powerhouse of a character. He always employs his command throw whenever the player feels that the opponent is respecting his offense too heavily. Makes sense. It says Shen can utilize his Geki Ken feint, quarter circle forward C. So that's the quarter circle forward heavy punch. And then you can cancel it. It says to cancel out his stand CD, which is a standing normal. I wasn't really using that normal, but okay. I guess I should be canceling off of that, so I learned something new. And his crouching C, which is his crouching heavy kick. This is actually something we did do. That's the sweep. So when I was doing the sweep and then canceling into this, and looks like, look at that, Dream Cancel says that's what we're supposed to do, and that's what we saw the top player doing as well. And his forward B on block, yep, and forward B, that's the lunging kick that we were doing. So we actually saw all of these in play. You can do it to make those normals more safe and to pressure the opponent on defense. Crouch C, which is the crouching heavy punch, is good for anti-airing jumps and super jumps, but has a rather vertical skinny hitbox, so be sure to use with caution. So yeah, it looks like it is an anti-air. And then here's the overhead two-parter, starting with a double hand overhead, then swinging back upwards, launching the opponent for a low juggle. Yeah, so it gives us a lot of information, confirms a lot of our beliefs about the character, and then I would basically just cycle through this, you know, watch guides, go into training mode, play some matches. Watch top level players, go into training mode, play some matches. You just want to cycle, learn some information elsewhere, either through websites, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you have to go to learn shit from other people. There's Discords usually. Go learn stuff from other people, from watching them play, talking with other people, be taught information. Go into training mode and practice that information using the record features or whatever training mode features that you have in order to incorporate it into your game plan. Then go get used to actually doing it in real matches against live thinking, sometimes not thinking on net play opponents. And once you've done all that, just keep cycling through that bitch over and over and over again, and then that's what's going to make you a solid player. So you can do this with pretty much any character in any game, no matter how old, no matter how difficult the game is. You don't have to jump into the hardest, most difficult shit ever. I don't care how difficult the character looks. I promise you, there's always an easier combo than what that professional player is doing. There's always an easier strategy than what that other person is doing. And this is something that I always remember no matter what game. If I see someone do something that I'm not ready for yet, I will change it up and do an easier version of it until I'm ready to do the full version. So always just dip your toes in, ease your way into it. It's pretty chill. I mean, you can learn a character in a fighting game pretty quickly. And if your goal is to just simply learn the character, just so that way you can kind of mess around with them against your friends, or whether it's just to learn the matchup because you're just like, I don't understand what this character is doing, I think it could be good practice to do something like this with the whole cast. So definitely take this information, use it for good. As usual, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.